She said it like she was commenting on the weather. I wish you were never born. Her lipstick stayed perfect. The champagne in her hand didn't shake. But mine did. The room stopped breathing. Laughter froze midair, as if embarrassed to exist. Every guest turned toward me. The unwanted daughter finally named aloud, the inconvenience finally voiced. I remember smiling, not from calm, but from clarity. That was the moment I realized I no longer needed her love. I rose from my seat, met her gaze, and said, "Then consider me never having existed. Live as if there was never a daughter, named Mia." Silence swallowed the room. Even the music seemed afraid to move. I walked out slowly, deliberately, the kind of exit that lingers in memory. People assume betrayal only occurs between lovers. They don't know the quiet wars waged within families, where love is currency and guilt is a chain. My mother, Evelyn, loved control masquerading as care. Her cruelty wore compliments like a disguise. When I was 5, I was her perfect little project. At 15, her greatest disappointment. At 26, her financial mistake. Yet I stayed, because daughters stay until the knife turns inward. Everything began to unravel when my father fell ill. Hospital bills, sleepless nights. I covered most of it. "I can't handle this stress," she said. Then one day, I overheard her laughing with her sister on the phone. She had already altered the will. I would get nothing. My own mother had cut me out after every sleepless night, every sacrifice, every ounce of loyalty. I didn't cry. I didn't shout. I just listened. Every word was gasoline. That night, I sat by the window, city lights flickering like distant flames. And I made a simple decision. If she wanted me gone, I would give her exactly what she wished, but not quietly. I started with her charity, the one she claimed empowered women. Ironically, she had been funneling donations into her own accounts. Years of blind trust had left me access to emails, passwords, financial records. I collected proof, every falsified receipt, every fabricated statement. Then I sent copies anonymously to the press. A daughter as witness. 2 weeks later, the headlines screamed her hypocrisy. Donors vanished. Her reputation shattered faster than her favorite pearl necklace the night I left. Then came the property. She didn't know I remained a joint holder on the summer house my father had added me to before he died. Quietly, I sold my share, transferring to a women's shelter he had once supported. The deed bore her signature, years old, overlooked, careless. By the time she realized it was irreversible, her lawyer delivered the words I'd been waiting to hear. "You can't undo this." The confrontation came 3 months later at her birthday party. She had tried to repair her image. Smaller venue, fewer friends, all pretending not to see the wreckage. Of course, I was invited. She wanted conversation. I went, not for forgiveness, but for closure. She greeted me like nothing had happened. "Darling, you look radiant," she said, voice syrupy with false charm. I looked around. The same faces, the same shallow smiles. They didn't know yet. I leaned close, just enough for her perfume to sting my throat, and whispered, "Check tomorrow's paper's front page." Her smile faltered. Color drained from her face. She knew. The anonymous interview I'd given exposed everything. Her lies, her manipulations, her fraud. This time, the proof was airtight. That night, her empire collapsed. The charity board dissolved. Investigations opened. Her name, her most guarded possession, became synonymous with deceit. When she told me she wished I'd never been born, she was right. The version of me that begged for her love had died long ago. I had become something else. Calm, untouchable, unreachable. I didn't destroy her. I simply stepped away and watched everything she had built crumble under the weight of her own deceit. They say revenge is poison. Perhaps. But sometimes poison is just medicine in the wrong hands. That night, as I left her last party, I felt no hatred. Only silence, cold, peaceful silence. Somewhere behind me, among the frozen faces, my mother finally understood. I never shouted. I never cursed. I merely did as she wished. I became as if I never existed.